What's up, everybody? Welcome to Perry Politics Today. What's up, Pops? What's up, Sherelle?
Yeah, how you doing?
Chilling. Hey, it's just so much. I've been just downloading just different things to share. But people, it keeps coming. I can't keep up with all of it. We damn near got to come on every day just to keep up. But there's some crazy things going on. We're gonna talk about Trump going to that little prayer service, how he's surrounding himself with all these high-tech billionaires, and they just sucking them dry, using our country for their own investments, and nobody gives a damn about the poor. You know, a lot of people come on and say it's MAGA against the world and all this. It's the rich against the poor, and that's exactly what's going on. If you look at every picture around Trump, he didn't have his inauguration outside because he didn't care. He wanted to keep the rich people warm. And also he worried about the crowd size too. Now, he did worry about the crowd size. But this is what we got going on, and everybody's feeling a certain type of way. And the only thing I can say with this whole thing is we got to keep moving. And for everybody that's out there, save your money. If we thought things was bad last year, year before that, price of eggs, all that stuff, we've already go through some serious changes and going in all kind of directions. And ain't nothing here for the poor, just for the rich. They getting rid of all kind of stuff. We're going to talk about some of his executive actions that he's passed. We can't talk about all of them in this one show, but a few. We're going to talk about that. And also talk about our allies, how some of them are just saying the hell with Trump, cursing him out. I feel him. I don't think I left nothing out. We're going to just cover this whole thing. Pretty much what's going to happen in the last 24 hours. We're going to try to squeeze it in. And I got a clip of Lunel, the comedian, pretty much sizing up how we sort of feel.
Us doing a rally after the inauguration, and he does this like Hitler-esque salute.
Yeah.
Man, he gets a lot of people, up in arms about this.
Well, there's a lot of people should be up in arms about a lot of things, from these fires, which are suspiciously suspicious, to the entertainment at the inauguration, to why are we surprised? We had a Trump standing in front of a church with an upside down Bible who had already done that in the past. So this is not a surprise. I expect nothing. I'm not even registering with this administration. This is what people voted for.
Right.
They're getting what they voted for.
Right. So.
And they voted for an administration filled with hate and racism and misogyny and narcissism. And that's what you get. This is what we get.
So there's probably people that are gonna explain away. Oh, he wasn't a Hitler
They can't
salute.
explain it to me. Explain it to your friends.
Yeah.
Don't explain it to me because you can't.
You damn right, Lunel. Look, we faced with 4 years of hell coming up. But one thing we can safely say, we didn't vote for it. And they gonna get what they voted for, and we gonna get the repercussions on what they voted for. This is gonna be crazy. And mentioning him standing outside the church with a Bible or whatnot. This man is trash. And people that give these church services know he trash. And trying to warn him, can you calm it down? Can you stop being so racist? Can you even give a damn a little bit about the poor? And this is sort of how his prayer service went before he went and swore in and did all this shit and then started making all these executive decisions.
One final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people in this nation and the world. Amen.
Look, he said his fat ass there with his imported wife, not giving a damn. She don't want to be there. He's sitting there like, I don't know who the hell you think you talking to. You know, when she was going through, God taught us to be kind. He said in his damn self, he didn't learn nothing because he a dumb student. Just dumb as fuck and racist. He went through this whole thing, and then as he was leaving, he was asked, how was the service?
Mr. President, what did you think of the sermon? What did you think of the sermon? What did you think of
What did you think of the service?
What did you think? Did you like it? Did you find it exciting? Not too exciting, was it? I didn't think it was a good service, no. Thank you very much.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
They can do much better.
Thank you, press. Inside. Thank you.
He said he didn't find that shit too exciting. And he thought the service was bad. Because who is she to be talking about him like that? Like he's supposed to give a damn about other people. If you ain't got $1 billion or close to it, are willing to give him a couple some millions of dollars, he don't give a damn. So, Sherelle, or Pops, what y'all think about so far before we hit some more stuff about him and this prayer service, his attitude?
Well, it shows he don't really care about the people, or he care about the rich people. He don't care about the regular, ordinary people. If he think we're people, you can tell by the way he talk.
Yeah.
The way, he act like maybe he think he's God because he don't want to, he put himself right up there with him, so I don't know. He doesn't look at us as people. If he ain't got money, he ain't looking at you.
Well, now you said that right. He ain't giving a damn.
Sometimes I wonder, does he suffer from some kind of mental health? He just says the stupidest stuff in public. And something has to be wrong with the man. That's a woman of the cloth, okay? You could have just walked past if you were going to be negative. Like, really? He took time out of his day to trash the bishop? It's just ridiculous. And every day I come on here and say, yesterday, this is probably the worst thing that he can do. And then every day it gets worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have to say. He has no etiquette, no class. Come on, you should separate church from work.
Right.
She was begging that man, and he didn't even listen to her. She was begging that man to start treating human beings like they're human.
Oh, then he said to himself, why?
I'm
They
just
ain't
glad
like
that's
me.
not my president. They
Yeah.
voted for him.
He said he don't give a damn about those poor bastards. That's what he's saying. Why are you wasting my time telling me to care when you know I don't have no feelings? I just grab him by the coochie. I don't give a damn. That's him. He really don't care. And it's sad though, right? I mean, you in church, you can't even conduct yourself in church
Yeah.
and even act like you give a damn. And to be honest with you, his wife ain't no better.
Well, was she there?
Right next to him, stone face.
She'll be gone next week. She hates DC. She hates the White House. She said it was dirty. I can't.
mean, yeah, I mean, she ain't got time to be there with his fat ass when she can use her experiences, how she got over here, and enjoy herself here, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. But then that's just church. But then, you know, I didn't want to watch the inauguration and all that stuff. And then now he's, you know, sworn in, move on. And now he's starting to make these executive decisions. I mean, yeah. So he just started doing these and signing these executive orders. And here's just a couple that he signed.
First item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others.
Y'all can stop me if you need me.
The second item, President Trump, is a regulatory freeze, as you announced in your speech, preventing bureaucrats from issuing any more regulations until we have full control of this, the government and this administration. The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories, again, until full control of the government is achieved and we understand the objectives of government going forward.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so.
Sir, the next item, as you announced in your speech, is a requirement that federal workers return to full-time in-person work immediately. Next, we have a directive to every department and agency in the federal government to address the cost of living crisis that has cost Americans so dearly. The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty. And the next item, sir, is a letter that will be transmitted to the United Nations explaining that we are withdrawing from the Paris Climate Treaty. This next item is a directive to the federal government ordering the restoration of freedom of speech and preventing government censorship of free speech going forward. And lastly, sir, before we go back to the Oval Office to sign a large number of other items, is a directive to the federal government ending the weaponization of government against the political adversaries of the previous administration, as we've seen.
Well, look, there he go, right? He don't give a damn. He don't even know what he's signing. It's all for show for him. You get to have somebody say, hey, dummy, this is what you're going to sign. Yeah. Is it racist enough? Yeah, I do it. Just for show. He don't give a damn. He always got somebody else to do his work for him. But then he going to make sure that he downsized the government because Elon Musk, that's what he wants. Get rid of shit and then force people back to work, which I assume could have been saving them money, but whatever. He's forcing federal workers to go back to work. He's gonna be downsizing, and then really just screwing over our allies, threatening to take their land, do all this stuff, and rolling back treaties and agreements that we have with our allies. The Paris climate, he's rolling that back just so he can drill and fuck up the air. He don't care. He just don't give a damn. So he's going through that. And y'all got anything, Sherelle, before I move on?
Yeah, a question. You're saying he's putting a hiring freeze and he wants to downsize. Does that mean people are going to lose their jobs?
Yeah, and I got some clips because Trump is not doing it himself. He brung Elon along. Who the hell is he? Ain't nobody voted his ass in. But we're going to get to him, and he's going to tell you how he's going to work his ass off for us later, and his ideas on how cutting it down. But don't worry about it. You're going to get paid for 2 years. He wants you to just go enjoy your life. And then after 2 years, you screwed.
But Perry, half of your family works for the government. Are
Right.
there jobs on the line?
Well, I don't know. Most of them starting to retire, so hopefully they can make it through it. I don't.
Ugh, I hate layoffs. I hate layoffs.
Yeah, for any government, he don't give a damn.
Mhm.
He just assigning these executive orders like his autographs.
Mm.
He loved the attention. And that one moment, he got more attention in 3 minutes than he got staying with his wife the last 5 years.
Okay, Perry.
I'm just keeping it real. Like, he loves that and want to be around all these successful people. He lie about being successful. These other crooks and thieves got billions of dollars for real.
Yeah.
He like all that. And then not only that he's going through this whole thing with downsizing, signing these executive orders, then he's closing down websites.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the reason for downsizing? Is he going to replace those jobs with machines
Well, of course,
or robots or whatever they're called?
more than likely, something to that effect. He want to
no.
downsize because Elon and them said they want to trim off $2 trillion. I guess over the next 10
By
years.
laying people off?
No, right. And then he needs that money to give his billionaire partners tax cuts. The money got to come from somewhere. And like we're talking about, it's not going to come from the rich. He going to give to the rich. He going to steal from the poor and give it to the rich.
That's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Pop, isn't that going to backfire if you have a bunch of unemployed people?
Well, I just know that history shows that people would take it so long, but when they start getting broke, they start waking up and looking. So I imagine there'd be a lot of marching. He's going to put the police on the marchers, so it's going to just be a mess in a minute. You know, I believe.
Well, no, for sure. Look, this man, what's today? Wednesday. He swore in on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned, things have gone crazy already. Like from executive order to executive order. He ain't told you not once how he gonna lower your grocery bill, your energy bill, how he can find you an affordable place to stay.
That's what they wanted, Perry. That's their president. That's what they voted for.
Well,
So,
yeah. I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying, but damn.
They always divide and conquer, they call it.
You know, they stand up, they voted for it, but they also would come out and say, oh, yeah, no, because he going to lower prices and he can do this. So some of the dumbasses still thought that, but ain't nothing happened yet. Probably ain't going to happen because he too busy signing autograph executive orders. And not just doing that, he's shutting down websites. I think the other day we talked about him shutting down the website where like the immigrants would try to, like file papers to come to the United States, the legal way. Mm-hmm. He don't shut that shit down. And now he don't shut down these government sites for women reproduction care. Did you hear about that?
oh no, I didn't watch TV yesterday. Really?
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's so much going on. The TV can't keep up. Yeah. I got to go from TV to different sites and everything. But check this out.
Major news, Donald Trump and his administration just shut down reproductiverights.gov, which was a government website that provided information and resources to women who were seeking reproductive care. If you go to the website now, reproductiverights.gov, it just says Safari can't find the server and it can't open the page whatsoever. I tried to look it up myself and it says Safari can't open the page because the server can't be found. Look, let's call it what it is. This is an assault on women's reproductive rights. Donald Trump has spent every moment that he's been in politics undermining women and their access to reproductive care. And this is no different. Donald Trump is deliberately and intentionally making it significantly more difficult for women who want reproductive care to get that necessary care. Donald Trump was never going to protect women's rights. And even day one of his second term, he's just chipping away at it. It's absolutely insane. It's disgusting. If TikTok ever gets banned, my Instagram, my YouTube, my...
Look, he don't give a damn about women, but we should know that. He don't care about women in general. He don't care about our women and don't even give a damn about his women.
He don't care about the poor.
Right. But I'm saying, no, he don't care about the poor, but I'm just saying he don't care about women in general, period. Because the woman he's with got his money, so she got money. She ain't poor. He don't give a damn about her.
It's important for people to know that these places like Planned Parenthood and stuff like, they're not only about pregnancy terminations. They're for people that don't have enough money, women, and they do all kind of other stuff. Give you ultrasounds, it's not just termination of a pregnancy. So if you don't have any money and you don't have any place to go for health care, what are we supposed to do?
Well, he don't care. He's not going to give you no solution. He truly don't care. He don't care about the poor, and he definitely don't care about women.
I don't believe he even look on us as people. I really believe that. I don't think he look at poor people or middle class, none of that, as people. They just pawns to be used in a game that he think he's winning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he care about the homeless or nobody else. All he care about is making more money and the rich people.
And have you noticed there's no mention of Elon Musk throwing up Nazi signs? No one condemned it. Nobody said anything.
That would throw me off. I mean, because they got on Kanye West when some things.
Yeah.
It was somebody else. But
a basketball player.
Yeah, it's been crickets though.
Yeah.
Because everybody's fearful. Like if they ain't got that kind of money, like money trump a lot of shit. And we see that in the White House today. This man has sold our government to these billionaires.
I remember I told a friend of mine that I was scared when he won. And she laughed and she said, "What is it to be scared about?" It's a lot to be scared about. Like, especially for
Kyrie Irving, that's what it was.
Oh, I remember that. No, he just did the Nazi sign twice, and no one said anything. And then it looked like the news was scared to report it. They said, "Oh, we think this might be a sign." You know what that is, and you know what that means.
Yeah.
And I'm
Trump
scared.
He idolized Hitler. Let's keep it real. But these people, I don't know, they can turn on their I care switch and then turn it off. When Kyrie said some shit, they switch was on. You know what I'm saying? When Kanye said some shit, they switch was on. Elon say some shit, they switch is off. He's too powerful. We can't voice our opinion. Or is it that so many the rich ones ain't saying nothing because they're looking to make money off this government? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's damn ridiculous. And it is definitely getting real. When you saying, are you scared? I say this. Trump coming out saying he going out the illegal
undocumented.
Yeah, undocumented, right? But and people say, well, I don't care. They voted for it, they whatever. Look, people, it's them today, us tomorrow. So I get it where we want us to stand back and say, well, hey, that's what they voted for or whatever. But it's them today, us tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. What y'all think?
Go ahead, Pop.
Yeah, he never was a friend of the poor to begin with. Never had and never will be. Wouldn't let him stay in his hotel. He rather get sued and pay than admit that he's wrong. So we all know that he's just crazy. But they get so far away from, they don't know how poor live no more or how the middle class, they don't understand, because after you have money, even the regular people, if you got a good check coming in and everything, you forget all about the people that can't pay their bills. You don't have no sympathy no more. You have sympathy when you can't pay them, but but you don't care if your neighbor is paying them. But when they think they're getting away with stuff, century proved, it just, people build up till they get sick of it. People are not going to take this for 4 years. I don't care what they may think. People are not going to sit there for 4 years and don't say nothing about what he's doing, you know, especially when they get broke. But I just feel sorry for I mean, we grown, so we know how it goes. So maybe you can make it, but I feel sorry for the kids that's coming up, you know.
I watch a lot of documentaries, and I was watching one about Germany when all that stuff went down. And it was like, why didn't those people get out, you know, when Hitler came into power before they till it escalated to the way that it did? I'm scared that the United States is going to be like that, especially with him closing borders and stuff like that. It's only going to get worse, and it has to get real bad for the people who voted for him to even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Like, we see it coming. What were they thinking? And I had somebody just tell Perry, I made the wrong decision. But we were trying to tell you, you less than smart people, we were trying to tell you he's not a good guy, period. And then they have to wait for it to turn into a disaster before they even admit that they made the wrong decision. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact. And look, but like you said, he don't trying to close down the borders, do all this stuff. But he's still too busy with the pen and happy. They can pass him anything that would come down on minorities or the poor. He gonna sign it. He gonna sign anything they pass him that's gonna grant the rich more money. He gonna sign it. So this next thing that he went and signed this, he signed this also, another executive action to go against birthright citizen.
Oh yeah.
Can you believe this? Hold on, I'm just playing for you.
This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
That's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
What about that one in the course? That one is likely to be passed.
Could be. We think we have good grounds, but you could be right. I mean, you'll find out. It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, we'll see. We have very good grounds.
Sir,
People have wanted to do this for decades.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency.
Look, he went there like, we got rules and, you know, and regulations over here, but now he want to go back and change shit. If you was born in the United States, then you was a citizen. He want to go and get rid of that now. And people will laugh and say, well, hey, well, they shouldn't have came over here illegally. They was born over here.
So wait. Is he setting it up for the whole family to go? If there's one?
Yes. And
have you heard about that, Pop?
Yeah.
Because it almost sounds like he's saying this.
Nobody's going to leave their kids. So, you know, they're voluntarily. If somebody grabbed my son and took him over there, where you're gonna automatically leave. You're not gonna stay and send your kids off, you know. But it always was a policy. If you was born over here, regardless of where your parents was from, you were a citizen. It's always been like that.
Right.
If you was born on U.S. soil, you're a citizen. Now your parents might not be, but you were, you know.
Well, how come nobody's saying anything about it? Where are the protests? Why are we just letting him send whole families back?
Well, you know what? Look, I say this. I think majority of the people that voted for him, he convinced them that having these undocumented immigrants over here is the reason why they aren't successful in life. Why they can't eat, why they can't get their ass up out of bed and go to work and take care of their family. He made them believe the undocumented immigrants were the problem. Like you know, that's how he rolled. He make it seem like they're the problem. They believe it.
Okay, but now they know that he will do it. Send whole families back, even if you're an American citizen. Why aren't they saying anything? Why aren't they standing up?
Like who? The undocumented people?
Yeah, just people.
Well,
because in a way we're powerless. What would you do? what do you do this march? I mean, how can you stop him? He got all the power. He above the law now. You know, all the people, the other politicians, he got them in his pocket. That's all of them looking for better jobs. So what you do? So here I am, worked at the shipyard or something. Now I'm out of work. Well, what kind of power I can do? And I got to study, worry about how I'm going to take care of my family before unemployment run out. So, you know, as long as they keep your mind all mixed up, what we going to do? So what we do is wait till it gets so bad, at least that was in history, we wait till it gets so bad, then we riot, you know, and that kind of stuff. But it never do nothing before the riots and stuff because people too busy trying to make it, trying to make a living. You know, It's hard to make a living here. You know that. Real rough. And if you're broke, you know, I can be happy if I got some money in my pocket, but if I'm dead broke, ain't no food on the table, I'm not going to think logical no more. I'm going to be desperate because I know I got to go home. My kids ain't got no age. So then you do something wrong and they lock you up. So they weed you out in all kind of ways. Half the young kids is in penitentiary now. It's going to be a lot more because nobody's going to run around without no money in their pocket. You know, you're going to think like you wouldn't thought before. You know, nobody wants to be broke. Nobody wants to not be able to take care of their family. Then they show on TV how everybody else lives it, and they live with all luxury and stuff. And then you come home, your house all raggedy, you can't afford heat. You know, they almost got things so high that you can't live. You know, they done raise it up till you can't live. You know, so that's always on your mind. You know, can't even hardly go to the doctor until Obama came with the stuff, but I believe that's going to go too.
Oh, yeah, they're getting rid of health care.
Yeah.
But, you know, Sherelle, to answer that question too, I think, like I said, the people who voted for him really believe in their life that they're in their situation because they're undocumented immigrants. He sold that to them. They believed it. Then the other side, they're saying, hey, because we know a lot of Hispanics and Latinos and all that stuff could have voted for Trump. So we like, hey, you voted for it, deal with it. But at the end of the day, it's them today, us tomorrow.
That's right.
And this is the crazy thing. Birthright citizen, he went that far. And, you know, I think he know he can't do it, but he figured they can pull some strings because he got the Supreme Court. He got everything at his fingers.
And it's so weird because no one's even complaining about the children that he took the first term.
No.
This is a disaster. This is a disaster. I know they voted for it, and that's their problem. And I'm going to try to not worry about it because they didn't worry about it. They should have voted in their best interest, but it's crazy. Let me put it that way. It's very crazy what is going on, but that's what y'all wanted. So, you know, y'all voted for your uncles and aunts to get returned home, but you didn't know he was taking your ass too.
Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely out there. And that's just, he's going after the birthright citizenship. But in current time right now, here's his border czar right now. Here's his border czar.
New border czar to the president, Tom Homan, also the former acting ICE director. So, Tom, we were expecting, based on your initial schedule, that today roundups of criminal illegal aliens and the process of deporting them would begin. That seems to have been put on hold for a little while. When can we expect that to happen? Where will it begin?
No, it started. It
is started.
ICE teams are out there as of today. We gave them the direction to prioritize public safety threats that we're looking for. So we've been working up the target list. There was some discussion about Chicago because a specific operational plan was released. So we had to look at and reevaluate, does this raise officer safety concerns? And it does. Mm-hmm. But we've addressed that, and teams are all effective today.
So critics were saying, okay, you're going to round up people's abuela, their grandmother, and ship them back to where they emigrated from. Who are the people that you're targeting, at least in this initial phase?
Right out of the gates, public safety threats. Those who are in the country illegally that's been convicted or arrested for a serious crime. But let me be clear. It's not only public safety threats that will be arrested, because in sanctuary cities, we're not allowed to get that public safety threat in the jail, which means we got to go to the neighborhood and find him. And when we find him, he may be with others. And unlike the last administration, we're not going to tell ICE officers not to arrest an illegal alien. So if they find others, they'll be arrested. So sanctuary cities are going to get exactly what they don't want: more agents in the neighborhood and more collateral arrests.
President Trump signed a number of executive orders, as we pointed out, on illegal immigration. Here's what he signed. He declared a national border emergency, ended birthright citizenship, ended catch and release, reinstated remain in Mexico, designated cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, deployed active troops to the southern border, and end the use of the CBP One app, which many people were using to schedule interviews to claim asylum here in the United States. I want to take a couple of those, but let's first of all go with this idea of ending birthright citizenship. It's enshrined in the 14th Amendment. How, with an executive order, can the president change that?
Well, first of all, President Trump's a game changer. Every one of the executive orders we worked on, and these are game changers. This is going to give us the most secure border in my lifetime. So great for him to do that. Birthright citizenship is a major driver of illegal immigration. I know I've done this over 3 decades. One of the first things an illegal alien does when they get here is give birth to a U.S. citizen child, because I think that makes him immune from our laws, right? So even if he goes to immigration court and loses his case, even though he's in the country illegally, he's convicted of a crime and gets to order removal, they think that the fact to have a U.S. citizen child would make him immune. We can't send that message to the whole world that you can enter our country illegally, which is a crime, you commit another crime, and you can even get removed by an immigration judge after expensive due process. But if you have a U.S. citizen child, you're off the hook. We can't send that message. We'll never fix the border.
Right, but the 14th Amendment does not differentiate between somebody who's in this country legally or illegally.
I'm not an attorney, but I don't think the 14th Amendment enshrines that at all. We have just as many legal scholars, constitutional scholars, say it doesn't really say that. So what President Trump is taking that action, we'll let Supreme Court decide that.
Yeah, and like we don't know, he ain't no damn attorney. You can barely speak and go look like he been eating too fucking much.
It looked like he's happy.
It's slow. Yeah, no, he's full of glee. He's happy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the crazy part, because that's when you get to the radical side. They happy. He glad to be having a job. He don't care about nobody else neither. And that's where MAGA got to realize, and hopefully, well, like Pop said, when things get bad for these next 4 years, we only 2-3 days in.
Yeah.
It's about ready to get worse. And it's going to take for them to see, yeah, you thought you was riding with them, but you can't feed your family. You can't do this. Your bill's high as fuck. And he hanging out with the billionaires. Trump don't care. He don't sold this country. Don't sold it. And the only thing he want is the attention of it all. Look at me. He want everybody to say his name. He probably still assigning executive orders. Like I said, it's like a fake, like he always wants this attention as if he got all these fans and he's signing autographs. That's how he's signing those executive orders right now. It's ridiculous. And it's going to get worse. With the deportations, we ain't even got, look, that party ain't even started yet. It's gonna be some crazy stuff, because you know Trump got to have that photo op. And for the people who voted for him, the photo op got to look bad. They gonna really be in some cages. They can act like they ain't. That's how they gonna frame them, set it up, and put these pictures out. He changing all regulations, getting rid of shit to make sure he can do all these things that he want to do. And hell, he got the Supreme Court. They just as crooked as he is. They'll sell their soul for money too, and already have.
Yeah.
You know, and then and here's he go. I mean, like when I start talking about this money stuff, here he is now. Let me get rid of this thing. Surrounding himself with these billionaires.
Second speech, I just kept thinking, all of those tech billionaires, those tech magnates that were right behind him during the inauguration, closer than his incoming potential cabinet secretaries. I wonder what they're thinking now, right? Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, who was never a supporter of Donald Trump before, who was there, right? Even Bill Gates, who wasn't there, but in the last week said he met with Donald Trump and was so impressed. I'm wondering what those people were thinking about that second speech that Donald Trump gave. Of course, they weren't there. You know, he was flanked by Steve Scalise and Mike Johnson, who are, of course, going to applaud him. But those CEOs who are not just the richest people in the world, they're not just typical CEOs. They're not running, you know, Halliburton or Exxon or even Walmart. These are the people that run the biggest communications outlets in the world. And that is who Donald Trump is choosing to have closest to him. So what I'm thinking is, what are we actually going to see? What are we going to hear in the next 4 years, given their amount of control and how much they are now, I'm not going to say in his pocket, but very close to this.
And see, that's the thing too. Like, we just went over this TikTok thing, and they were saying how China is using it, getting information. Facebook does it. Same kind of thing, right? Sell out information. But, national security threat. And the other reason they'll say is that we can't give China the influence where they can, you know, talk some sense into somebody or put out this propaganda. They want these billionaires to have total control of social media. And they can put out,
I noticed that. Yeah.
and you notice, if you start saying certain things about that far right, your shit won't be seen as much. They can start dictating. So they got billions, and then they're going to have social media to only spread what they want to spread, because that's how those fools voted for Trump. They fill their head with bullshit. Make America great again. You'll be able to afford eggs. Your light bill, all this crazy shit, which they just used them. And I'm like Pop said, hopefully over the next 4 years, when people start going through these hard times, they can let that bullshit walk. And because it's going to take all of us to damn near stand up. Minorities, everybody.
They act like they're running the thing, and they really not. I mean, to us, it might look like they're running things because they're in the White House, they're passing law, and telling you how much you get paid and stuff. But they ain't running things. See, they can't control the weather. They can't control what's in people's mind. It is some force, God, that's bigger than them. They ain't as big as they thinking. You know, they run all around up there in space thinking they go conquer something. You know, they acting just, they say in God we trust, but not, they just lying. They don't trust in God. They trust in themselves. But you notice all rich people a lot of times that do stuff have bad luck too. You know, wife gets sick, kids get sick, they die, it didn't work out like they thought, so they never win, I don't believe, but we in for it because sometimes we just shut our eyes to what you see it, but then you work it every day and then you act like you don't see it. Because everybody see what's going on, and the ones in the middle, the news people, well, they just trying to win awards, and when the curtain shut, vote for them. Because, then when the curtain up, act like they didn't vote for them, but they still gonna get the same thing we get, they better off because they rich too, so they won't end up like me, like a poor person that's working and gotta pay all kind of taxes, and you ain't making nothing but a little bit of money, because so the taxes, the way he doing, the taxes is gonna go up. He ain't trying to keep the tax down for the little man.
Right.
And the propaganda is going to be outrageous. So people on TikTok are complaining. If you type in Donald Trump and certain other words, it won't come up. I don't even know if I could say the word. If you say Donald Trump and things with him not liking other nationalities, it just won't come up. So they're censoring TikTok very, very heavy. And I'm sure they're doing Facebook now. We're really getting censored information. And so the worst of the worst stuff we don't even know about.
And you have to be
they
careful.
Are monitoring, huh?
You have to really be careful with times like this. Because I don't say it before. They'll lock you up.
Yeah.
Because you said something that they didn't want to hear, or you run an organization that they don't want to run. They'll lock you up and nobody will say nothing.
Yeah.
I know I'm not saying that. That's why I was scared to tell you the word. You can't type in certain things.
You put your life on the line because you figure you're going to tell the truth. And you tell the truth, I would say time and time they lock you up so long you forget all about the person.
Yep.
You know they ain't gonna stand up because nobody wants to lose in America the paycheck.
Well,
Long
it's
as
not
the
that they have to live, Pop. They have to live.
Say it again.
People have to live. It's not like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, what am I going to do if I lose my job or something like that?
Yeah,
You know,
right,
it's just crazy. I don't know.
They always kept us divided. The black one looking at the white one looking at the brown one.
Mm-hmm.
It's all to keep you from looking at them. You know, everybody looking at everybody else, all us poor or trying to make a living, and we turning on each other, you know. So they know what they're doing. They did it for years, but not as aggressive as Donald Trump because he don't care. He don't care if you think he's racist. To him, that's a.
But if he cared, how come you can't say it on TikTok? I'm going to have to call our cousin John, or your nephew John, to just get some real information, because it was a proven fact that if you typed in certain things here in the United States, it would not come up. If you typed it in England, it all came up. So we don't even know the worst of the worst, what's really going on.
It's like this, Sherelle. I think when you say, well, why can't you say it? It's like certain things. But these owners of the platform gonna do whatever to barter with Trump. They don't want their platform to be all talking shit about Trump when they asking Trump for a favor. Mm-hmm. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. You see, like, he's got addicted. You know.
So I mean,
that's what they wanted. So people gotta pay. People gotta pay for what they voted for. So this channel, I'm hoping, Perry, you have it for people that didn't vote for him and need some help. But the people that voted for him, they're gonna start crying in a minute too.
Right.
But they don't see it. They're so blind. If you ask a person, a Republican, why did you vote for Donald Trump? What's your favorite policy? They can't tell you nothing about policy, but they can say, oh, he's cool. He doesn't take any shit from anybody. Like,
he tells it like
and they know he's a criminal.
Yep.
They know he's a criminal. And they say, well, we don't care.
Well,
it's
what,
crazy.
Sherelle? Give it to about June.
I know.
They'll join our chat then. No, I'm telling you. And the sad part, and I get it. They voted for it. They gonna get it. But the sad part for us in the chat is we get to pay the price too.
Someone just said something in the chat that's really smart. Watch the BBC news because it's not full of propaganda. You got to watch another country's news to find out what's going on in the United States, because they are really censoring our information. They say knowledge is power, and they don't want anyone to get any bright ideas. It's crazy.
Well, we speaking of propaganda, now let's go to his psycho side dude, Elon Musk, right?
Oh my God.
Now, you have said some things, and we can't use that word, whatever, about this guy, about how he acts, his movements and everything. Mm-hmm. He is a very weird guy.
I'm telling you.
Right? And a liar too. But so he's on here to tell us what victory really feel like, and that he's going to work his ass off for all of us, as if we asked him to. You know what I'm saying? But here he is right now. And you can stop me if you need.
Yes! This is what victory feels like. Yeah! And this was no ordinary victory. This was a fork in the road of human civilization. Okay. This. There are elections that come and go. Some elections are, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen.
It matters a lot because he stands to make a lot of money.
Perry, when people were voting, we did not know. They didn't know because That's their president, and Elon Musk is there to head it. But nobody knew they were voting for Elon Musk to be the president and Donald Trump to be the vice president.
Right. And he's so giddy. And this is what victory feel like. On the surface, people think he's just talking about the election. No, he's talking about the dollars that he's about ready to rack in and the control. Ain't nobody voted for his dumb ass in. His highly awkward ass. Something ain't right about the boy. Look at him. He needs some muscle relaxers. Something ain't right.
Well, he's out of touch, Barbie.
Out of touch, but I mean, what's all this?
With everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of touch.
He's definitely out of touch, Pop. I don't think he's never been poor. All of that his father gave him, only $20,000, is a lie. He is out of touch. He's never been poor, and he was raised during apartheid. He's scary.
He's from South Africa. He's from South Africa at the height of their thing.
Yep.
He was raised, apartheid.
Weird.
He was raised like that.
Look like
so you can't change your ways as you get grown. Trump always been like that. He just didn't live in South Africa.
He's weird. And he's socially awkward. So Donald Trump is giving him all this power because they know they were in on it. They all were in on it. But do you think Donald Trump will get sick of Elon Musk one day because he can't do anything about it, or Musk is going to tell his secrets?
He's not going to get sick of him.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, not the rich people. He can't. He need them.
Right.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna,
like, this is where we got a different opinion, because I think he will get tired of them, but don't know how to get rid of them.
He won't be able to get rid of them. That's what
I can't get rid of them.
Well, I feel the same way y'all do, but
you ain't gonna talk against that, man.
Will you get tired of them? Yes. Because Trump want all the praise. He don't want his ass out here talking about, yeah, Victor, this is what victory feel like. All this shit, right? But I don't know.
See,
Donald Trump cannot get rid of Elon Musk. He knows all the secrets.
He done sold his secrets.
He sold his soul to the devil.
To the devil. That's exactly what he done done. And he need him from overseas. He need him to get along with the Russians. And, Musk is already getting along with their friends and stuff. Only people ain't threat to him is his own people. Us, they can't do nothing against him. Because they got us over a barrel. You talk too much, then you ain't got no job. You talk too less, then you get all messed up. So I'm saying we're over a barrel. All we can do is try to make sure our kids don't get hurt in the process. But even that, they don't listen to us. They tell them anything, raise them any kind of way, and the PTA meeting is full of Trumps.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
It's like going to Jesse James telling on Frank James. Bonnie telling on Clyde.
Yeah.
This is all messed up. But all we can do is keep our dignity, keep our head, try to protect our kids and keep right on moving, because what you're doing takes a lot of courage. A lot of courage. Because you don't know what they'll do.
Right.
You say the wrong thing and they don't like it. And they say we know Marvin off the air and Perry off the air and Sherelle is in jail. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they'll do because they'll do anything.
That's a fact.
You mess up their little game, they ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? It's like gangsters.
Well, they're criminals. They're crooks.
They go so far, but they'll take you out.
They're crooks, and I believe what you said. I have to believe in a higher power, okay? But things are going to get worse, way, way worse, and that's when Republicans are going to turn on them. But they're just loving it right now, and he's great. Oh, let them get all the Mexicans out of here, and the Haitians, and this is our country. Yeah, we're taking our country back. They don't realize that all of those programs that they're getting rid of, Enrique Torrio, I saw your home. You should never have voted for Trump.
Do the invitation again.
Huh?
Do the invitation again. Yeah, we want to.
What he said. I don't remember what I said, but
You said,
you know,
yeah.
they're usually from the South, and they got these. Yeah, get him, Trump, get him.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I seen Enrique Torrio, the leader of the Proud Boys house. It's below poverty. Like, you're worried about different cultures being in this country. You need to be worried about your standard of living. It's like trash in the lawn. It's like, where'd Perry go? Trash on the lawn. He lives very poor.
I'll be right back. Just talk for a second.
Okay. And he has a lot of nerve worrying about what the black and brown people are doing. You need to worry about a job and raising your standard of living. A tire was laid on the grass. The car was parked not in the driveway. It wasn't even middle class. It was a poor person's home. And you're worried about.
Who you say did all that?
He's the leader of the Proud Boy. His name is Enrique Torrio.
I seen him. Yeah.
Yeah, they're lower class. What are you talking about? You need as much help as you can get.
Yeah.
But they're worried about what black people are doing and what the Mexicans or, any Haitians are doing. You need to be worried about bettering yourself. And there's no way you could be educated and live like that. There's just no way.
Most of the time, them kind of people blame the minorities for everything that happened to them.
Right.
For not having no job, for not having this, not having that. You get it all to, they use the N word, or get it to, and they use another word for Mexicano, but they say they're giving America away. That's how they get them,
Dad, it looks, he cannot be a college graduate. He cannot be a college graduate.
That man ain't no college graduate, no.
He might not even be a high school graduate. He lives below poverty, and he is voting for the rich people not to pay as many taxes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Perry. Because you were going to show them rounding up the J6ers.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to see what he's going to say, because now I'm getting short on time, but I don't get around to some more stuff. Let me see. Well, That's enough for this video right here, this clip. He basically saying how victory feel and doing his little happy dance, because he going to make a lot of money on United States, basically paying for his adventure to go to Mars, which at the end of the day, his company make all the money. That's why he's giddy and happy.
Somebody said the leader of the Proud Boys is brown.
That's what I thought, because his name is Enrique. That's a Spanish name, but I thought, well, maybe they just like the name.
No, they said on here, somebody just put up there that.
Don't even make that make sense. Enrique, they're taking your people. Make it make sense.
No, he didn't give a damn when he was at the Capitol. Every culture got that sellout, that wannabe. You can't tell him he ain't nothing else. But
how can you be Hispanic and vote for people not to have birth citizenship? What? It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to let you hurry up because I'm over talking.
Yeah, and basically I wanted to get this clip too, where Elon now, as if anybody voted him in, as if anybody asked for his opinion on how to shave this off, on how to fix America. Well, he was in South Africa. He didn't fix that. Now he bring his dumb ass over here. Use his money. I guess he wasn't that dumb to the point. He knew Trump. He was smart about that part. Knew Trump would do anything for $1. But here he go, talking about layoffs and how he project this thing, and that he's basically helping us out. Here we go.
There's a lot of government headcount, but we're going to give, I think, like very long severances, like 2 years or something like that. So, look, just go do something else is what we're going to say, and you'll get paid for 2 years. So you got a lot of time to go and figure out something else to do. The point is not to be cruel or to have people not be able to pay their mortgage or anything. It's just we just have too many people in the government sector, and they could be more productive elsewhere.
So now they're going through. They want to cut down the government and do all this stuff. But now he wants you to believe he's doing you a favor. Don't be mad or excited about or crazy about this. We're doing you a favor. We're going to give you a nice severance. We'll pay you for 2 years for you to enjoy life, to go swimming, go skiing.
Well, let me say this, Perry. Those jobs government jobs are good jobs and hard to come by.
I know this. I know. But that's a fact. No, they are. I was just saying how they try to sell it, like hurting these people by getting rid of their career, but saying we doing you a favor. We giving you a 2-year vacation paid. That's how Trump got voted in. I'm gonna make America great again. They believed it. Because America ain't been shit because they ain't been getting up working like everybody else trying to do. But and these people refuse to take accountability that voted for Trump. Everything is the Democrat problem or somebody else's problem. But that's crazy. But this is sort of where we at. And I had to speed this up a little bit because we were getting short on time. But I wanted to go over this, how Trump is affecting our allies and making the United States look crazy. This is this Danish MP tell Trump's off, right? Because remember, he want to take over Greenland and all this. Let me play this for a second.
President Trump, listen very carefully. Greenland has been part of the Danish kingdom for 800 years. It's an integrated part of our country. It is not for sale. Let me put it in words you might understand. Mr. Trump, f*** off.
If the translation was correct, the term you used is not allowed in this house, and there will be consequences to the message you have used. It is not okay in this house of democracy. Thank you. Regardless of what we think of Mr. Trump, it is not possible to use such language.
And to Musk, Zuckerberg and company. In Europe, we have a market of millions of users that provide money to your companies. Yes, but we also love protecting our citizens and democracies by making laws. If you don't like it, you can always leave and take it or leave it. You can always take your Nazi salutes and your masculine energy and go back home. Viva Europa, hoy más que nunca. Muchas gracias.
Yeah, well, that's how people feel about Trump. And he's making it worse. Canada be next. And he just go up with these grand things. I'm going to change the Gulf of America, the Gulf of America. Just childish shit. He ain't said nothing about nothing else. But one thing he stood true to was he was going to pardon the people from January 6th. He didn't give a damn. He didn't touch the Bible when he swore in because he was too anxious to fucking sign that pardon for the January 6th people. And he did it, and these people have gone wild. They're like celebrated. And it's a weird thing. I got a clip of them getting out of jail.
Gabe, you got it? You'll send me it?
Absolutely.
So we can just enjoy
Yeah,
it?
you enjoy. You enjoy. Take your time. Y'all enjoy. I'll take the video. Let's go. Let's go. Let these heroes out. Let's go! Let's go! Keep it down! Let's go, Gilbert! Brother! Oh, fuck yeah! Let's go! Fuck yeah! Welcome home, heroes! Welcome home! Let's go! They're out! Promises made, promises kept. Let's go, brothers. Welcome. Let's go. God bless you guys. Let's go. Let's go.
Good stuff, man.
Oh, man. What a great day. What a great fucking day. Amazing to see all this. Look at Gilbert right here. So proud of him. Oh, man. Here we go, brother.
Hey, brother.
Let's go.
That's the kind of bullshit I'm talking about. Look. Whoo, boy. I don't know. This, yeah. I'm just saying this. Look, how can somebody vote for somebody like that? They'll say Kamala Harris wouldn't have did this or this and that. She said this back in her past. But look at the things this man have done in his past. He's in office now because people refuse to take accountability that partially where they at in their life. I can't say it all, but it's on themselves. And they just had to have an out and was waiting on a damn stimulus check from Trump. And now I hope they'll see in the next couple of months, he don't give a damn about you. And his stimulus check is going to the billionaires. And if your ass is broke down on the side of the road, him and his little caravan gonna ride right past your ass. He don't care. If you ain't rich, then F you. That's the way I see it.
So that's what it is, Marvin. And they, Perry, they divide us over the race issue. You know, the brown against the black against the white, and all that kind of stuff. That's really not true. We work together every day. You know, all different colors get along fine. But when it comes to politics, you know, that curtain closed, some people go south on us. You know what I'm saying? Somebody voted for them, and it wasn't, you know, so I don't know.
Did you hear somebody call them heroes? He called them heroes.
No, that's how they look at each other. Like, as these rebels, they was always looked that way, even when they was incarcerated. They kept saying, oh yeah, like they're the backbone of America, you know, or as if they was in the right. But that's how they get cherished. Trump cherished them by giving them a pardon.
Well, he make them think they're right.
Right. And that's what he want to do. Yeah, you're right.
They beat up police officers. They put feces on the wall. People lost their lives. They were acting like a bunch of animals.
But
and they call them heroes.
But they were doing it for Trump. They was heroes because he wanted to help him. He's real. He always have been racist. You check any history of Donald Trump, he was always racist when it came to his hotels, to people. He always been like that because he don't know how it is to be regular. All them up there, they don't know how to be. They have to wait to pay the light and gas bill, or how to put gas when you have to put gas in your car.
I bet you Donald Trump has never even pumped his own gas.
He probably ain't. That's what I'm saying. Because I know a lot of times if you got a little money in your pocket, you think different. He done had money in his pocket all his life. So, you know, he can't even think, fathom how we live. You know, to him, we're suckers.
No, I agree. And but like the argument on the other side, what they'll say if you say Trump is racist, he ain't racist. He hung out with Michael Jackson. He took a photo. He hung out with this black person or this minority or whatnot. Look, stop it. The plantation owners was around blacks, but they was racist. So you could be racist and still standing around blacks, or whipping a black, or giving a black orders, or trolling a black. Stop the argument that he was around blacks and took photos of black, that he's not racist. That man idolized Hitler.
Yeah, he's weird. He's weird.
He ain't
And
too
did
far
you
from
see-
his father, and we know his father was racist.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sherelle.
One of the Danish men used a swear word, and they told him, you don't talk like that here. But we used to be like that. America used to have standards and cultures and in respect for different people, even though they had different opinions. But now it's just turned into a Klan rally. They can say anything on the Senate floor, curse, talk about, let's take it outside. These Senate hearings are like nothing I ever seen. Like a teacher would not let it go down in a classroom. They're acting like barbaric animals.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
Tell another senator, let's take it outside. What? I forgot what it was like to be normal when the guy said, we appreciate your feelings, but you don't talk like that. Yeah,
said,
some
yeah,
structure. I miss it.
We can't talk that way on the floor, but we highly understood what you mean, and we feel the same way. But see, that's where I think the Democrats might be having our problems at. We're too politically correct. Now, that's how, because if you think about it.
What do you mean by that?
Like, oh, we can't pardon these people because they'll get mad. They just
Because,
start
Perry,
January
just
6th.
because somebody's acting like an animal, you don't join the circus. You
Right.
still act like a human, civilized person. You want them to get down and dirty, and
Yeah, at times I
it's
do.
just no. Then it'll really be bad. Even though they're acting like that, you have to live by your own morals. I think I might change my mind in a couple
No.
months.
I mean, look, technically, I know you're right, but sometimes I feel like yelling at my window, "F you!" You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Meet me outside. That kind of shit. I know because I get caught up and my blood pressure go up. But I understand. Yeah, it's a certain protocol that you want to have, especially when you out in public and all this stuff. I get you, but
I mean, but we've acted this way before, right, Pop? Like, if you try to act humane with these people, are they gonna get it? Do we have to get in the gutter with them?
Well, you can only take so much, and so what led to the riots and stuff in the '60s is people get tired of this, somebody stepping on your neck, not saying, they say piss on you and tell you it's raining.
Yeah.
So then after a while, people get tired of it, but we're more conscious than we was back then, I think, but we're so broke now. I think that's what's going to make people wake up, because we're so broke now.
He ran on lowering groceries. He's talked about everything but lowering groceries.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's going to go up, they say, the way he's going to do.
You think he's going to put those tariffs? That's going to make things go.
Yeah, they said
that's inflation. It's called inflation.
They say that's supposed to make everything go
and
up.
poor people like Enrique, okay, you're Hispanic. It doesn't make any sense. He's doing your people wrong, but people like you voted for Trump to raise the prices, and you can't afford it, Enrique. You're about as poor can get. It makes no sense.
But didn't they say one of the January 6th people got arrested again? Was that?
Yeah. So the police, I don't know if you're going to cover this. The police got mad by him releasing the January 6ers. That's what they're calling them. And so because they actually beat up officers, they hit them with batons, they tried to spray them with mace, and one officer really got hurt. I think he hurt his back or something like that. And so now they arrested the one that had a history of and now you have to report it later on gun violence. He had a history of gun violence.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll probably do something else tonight, but we get the grandbabies today, so
oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah, I'll do that, and for sure I'll be back tomorrow for a live. So I want to thank everybody for popping in, watching this video. I would go longer, but the grandbabies are en route to the house. So thank you guys for coming. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section about Trump and the prayer service. Is they letting all these big tech buy our government? Elon Musk. Just let me know about your feelings. And Trump letting all the January 6 people out. And please give this video a like if you like it. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys good?
All right, see you, Perry.
All right, and bye, everybody.
See you, Sherelle.
Bye.
Okay.